Geek Tonight, what's poppin'? It's Adonis. We are back, and today we're actually doing an AMA, which is an Ask Me Anything, because that's what you're gonna do today. So we're just gonna kind of go through questions over on Patreon and on the Discord. So I'm cleaning shoes at the moment because I'm about to go on tour, so I gotta make sure my sneaker game is on point before I leave. I leave literally in like 3 days, so if you're watching this, I don't know when you're watching this, but when you are, I'm already on tour because this is pre-recorded. Movie magic. And shout out to Rejuvenator for sponsoring this AMA as well. I'm actually using their products to clean my sneakers. I use their products anyways, or super bomb, but they're like, look, we're gonna send you some stuffs. And I was like, bet. So we're gonna keep the clean game going on while we go through your questions. And if you guys are interested in any of the products that I'm showing here or using on my sneakers, I do have a 10% discount code for you guys if you guys want to get some product, and it does help the channel out, so it's pretty cool. But let's get into your questions, man. I'm actually super excited. I haven't done an AMA in a really long time. Now, just really quick, I am first gonna kind of get this suede eraser popping really quick because I gotta see if I can just erase some of the stuff off the suede off of this OBJ. But the first question, we have Pam. Okay, Pam has a question. This is over from the Discord, and she asks, what's your favorite food? Now, I've actually never talked about things that I like to eat ever. So my favorite food, I don't really have a favorite particular food, but I have a favorite type of food. My favorite type of food is Thai. I actually love Thai food. So, you know, that's my shit, actually. Thai food is super bomb to me. Now, I like Thai primarily because it's spicy. I obviously the flavors are bomb too, but I like spicy food. So majority of the time, the food is spicy, I'm with it anyways. And then you have maybe Mexican food. The Mexican food here isn't really Mexican food. Like it has the ingredients, but it still doesn't taste the same. You know what I mean? Like it's missing the love. It's missing I don't know what it's missing because my palate's trash. But believe me when I say it doesn't taste like Mexican food from like San Diego or Mexico. Now, it doesn't really seem to be getting. I might have to actually clean this with the brush just because the color and how dark the scuff is. I had this really dark black scuff, so I'm probably gonna have to actually use the brush and the cleaning solution for this just on the front toe box. Second question, we have Joseph Ayo. Okay, Joseph Ayo asks, when are you gonna start the 2019 summer anime series? So Vinland Saga, Dr. Stone, Fire Force. So that's a very good question. Now, Toshi has been telling me, if you know who Toshi is one of my best friends, and he has been watching kind of all of those. He says that Dr. Stone is super fire. I want to watch Dr. Stone really bad just based off of the premise that I've heard. Just kind of like a rough idea of what the story is about. I'm actually excited about Fire Force just because it just sounds interesting to me. I have been watching Demon Slayer, and that shit is no joke. No joke. Personally, I feel like Demon Slayer is arguably the best first arc of any anime that's like a popular like shonen type of anime. And I'm actually rewatching Attack on Titan at the moment. So, seeing Attack on Titan again from the perspective of, because the first time I saw Attack on Titan, the first saga, the first arc, the first series, was when it dropped originally. So it's been a really long time since I've seen Attack on Titan, and going back and looking at it through the eyes of a writer is completely different. So I think there is an argument to be made that Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer could fight it out for like that first arc, that first series, I feel that could actually be a contest. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I feel about it that way. Let me know if you guys agree or not. But those two animes, there's no fat in them, which I really like. And what I mean by that is like there's no like unnecessary things going on in that first arc. Everything is there. It moves at a quick clip. Like the first episode of Attack on Titan is the fucking colossal titan kicking through the fucking doors. Like that's the first episode. His mom getting ate. The first episode, like that shit is crazy. In the same way that the first episode of Demon Slayer, my guy's whole family gets slaughtered, like right off top. Like there isn't any fat, and it's it's pretty awesome. So Ood, I don't know if it's Ood or OOD on the Discord, says, how is your trip? Any highlights so far? So at the moment, I'm recording this pre-tour. If you guys don't know what's going on, my dance company or label, Black Label, is 18 Black Label. We are touring around Australia. I'm actually handling some different things on the tour, producing the series we're shooting for Netflix on dance, on kind of our crew and dancing in Australia and what we're planning on doing out here. But outside of that, I've been producing that, and yeah, that has been that has been super crazy. And then on tour, handling social stuff for the tour for us as well. I'm excited. I'm super excited about the tour itself. We're going to Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne. So we'll be essentially in each city for about a week, doing workshops and a lot of like dance events and stuff that we have kind of planned out, shit like that. So it's gonna be pretty fucking cool. So Equinox asks, when will you buy the new house? And maybe do a house tour bid. So right now I'm in the process of getting another house. The house that me and my girlfriend bought that we are currently in. It's like a condo. It's it's kind of like in New York where you can buy apartments. So it's like that. So it's like an apartment. It's just not big enough. The move that we decided to make initially, we have already outgrown that substantially. My studio is nowhere near the size it needs to be at all. So that needs to get bigger immediately. Now, as far as the time goes, now we're literally in contract now for land to build on. So that should probably be finished within the next 30 days, hopefully. But hopefully if everything goes well and is Gucci, then we'll at least have the land occupied, like locked in for like in the next 30 days. But we're still putting money away and still selling this apartment at the same time. So we're probably still about a good at least 7-8 months out before we ever like actually start building the home. But yeah, so far so good. It's been a very tedious process for sure. Now I have a little bit of a stain on this liner here, so I'm trying to just soft bristle this bitch out. Just soft bristle it out. I was trying to refrain from putting it in the washing machine just because I don't have the luxury of time at the moment. It's kind of going against me at the moment. The cool thing about this company is the kit that they sent me is like their ultimate kit, and it has a full-on laundry system for this thing, which is crazy. So, if you need to put your shoes in the laundry, they have all the materials, plus, a bag for your sneakers, plus the laundry detergent for your sneakers, and they have all of like the kind of how-tos online of like how to make sure you get the right clean for your sneaker. It's actually super fire. So that's probably one of the best things about this system as far as how you clean your sneakers. That's probably my favorite, because I don't like reading instructions. I just don't. And maybe you guys are like that as well, where it's like, I really don't want to read this shit. I would rather just watch somebody do it. My comprehension when I read, my eyes start to hurt and I start falling asleep. So I'm like, just show me. If you show me, I'm good. I don't wanna sit here and read through it. My eyes just literally I just go to sleep. Moving forward, Musa Bamboo on the Discord asks, what's your favorite anime and why? Loaded question. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. I love it. Now, it's not fair because the anime means something to me, right? It's not just, oh, this is the best story or best animated whatever. This anime was like the first like serialized anime that, I remember really enjoying, right? Most people, I feel like Pokemon was, to be honest, was like that first one, but Pokemon was this thing of like, it didn't have the same allure to me that Dragon Ball did. And while Pokemon was fire and I loved it, and I was obviously had the trading cards and all that, Dragon Ball just had it. There was something about it that I was like, oh my god, it's the dopest shit I've ever fucking seen. And keep in mind, this was like when I was in mid-90s, when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think 2 days ago so this is actually going to show you when I record this video. 2 days ago was the 20th anniversary of when Goku turned Super Saiyan. Not when he did it, but when it aired in the US on Toonami. And that's actually a really cool story. I'll kind of talk about that. So it used to air in Vegas at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock on Toonami. And man, I'm telling you, like, how it used to air, I don't know if you guys remember, or if you guys are older, let me know in the comments down below if you guys remember this. But we used to get the Ocean dub in the United States, okay? And that's where, you know, Peter Klamis was the voice of Goku. This was before Schemmel and Sabat were even on the show. We had Frieza actually sound like a woman because it was voiced by a woman. I actually prefer that Frieza's voice better. I keep forgetting the original voice of Vegeta in the Ocean dub, but I prefer his voice better. I'm not saying that Sabat isn't dope because he is. I just prefer that other Vegeta's voice better. But there was only so many episodes. So when it would air, once it stopped, and it would loop back to the very first episode of Dragon Ball Z. And it was like right when Goku had landed on Namek is when it flipped. So Goku lands on Namek. As soon as he lands, the episode where his spaceship lands, it would flip back over. It would go all the way and start back over to the very first episode of Dragon Ball Z. And it did it like 4 times. And I was like, oh my God, when are these next episodes coming out? So for a few years, we, watched it repeat itself. And then it got to the point of it finally being dubbed, called the English dub, that Funimation got on. And that's when the voices changed. So when Goku landed, the very next episode, when it was supposed to loop back, it didn't loop back, it continued, but the voices, all of them were different. So I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why the voice is different? Like, it was so crazy. Because a lot of people don't realize, like, it's over 9,000. That's not Chris Sabat. That's not Chris Sabat. That's the other guy that does Vegeta's voice. He actually came back and did the copy Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super. So that episode of when Goku lands on Namek and, heals Krillin and Gohan with the sensu beans and all of that, that was the first episode that any of us heard of the English dub. Crazy. But yeah, so like seeing that, all of that, seeing Goku transform, like all that was the craziest. So Dragon Ball, like default wise, is my favorite because of that. Now, it's not fair, though, again, like I was saying before, because there's that nostalgia to me. It means something to me differently. Now, if I'm just going objectively, right? If I'm just going like, animation, story, all of that, that one's tough. It's probably going to be One Piece up top, just because I fucks with the story so tough. And yeah, it's a weekly anime. So weekly shonens are going to have some episodes that are really, really good animated, and some are really trash. So I get that in the same way that Dragon Ball was. But that in and of itself is, I love One Piece for sure. Now, before that, it was, One Piece. I had One Piece on there. I had some other stuff like Naruto, Shippuden. I had Full Metal Alchemist was on that list. I forgot what I watched me anime. Hunter x Hunter is, I fucking love Hunter x Hunter. That's probably my number 2 after One Piece. If I'm just going like, look, no Dragon Ball, just pure like what's the best anime looking ass, it's probably One Piece, Hunter x Hunter to me. And I mean, it's too early to call, but fucking Demon Slayer is amazing. It's absolutely, every time I watched it on the channel, guys, like I did not want the episodes to end ever. Like I was just like, oh, come on. Like it's so good. It's so good. Demon Slayer is crazy. So yeah, I don't know. I really didn't want that to end at all. So hopefully the new season comes quicker. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. So let's jump over to the Patreon, because I do want to show my patrons love for sure. Because you guys always hold it down for your boy, helping your boy stay on the grind and produce the content and all of that. So I really appreciate you guys. And if you guys are unaware too, I actually do videos over exclusively on Patreon. So Demon Slayer is over there. Attack on Titan Rewatch is over there. 7 Deadly Sins is over there, primarily because of copyright stuff. So yeah. So Santiago asked me kind of what's your top 5 anime of all time. So if I'm just talking about things that I've watched and enjoyed, regardless if it's too early or not, we're going to put One Piece, We're gonna put Hunter Hunter Hunter. We're gonna put Demon Slayer. We're gonna put Seven Deadly. And Death Note. Those animes are pretty incredible. Yeah, like pretty incredible animes. Now that's not to say that Naruto isn't dope. That's not to say that, you know, the other ones that I have watched, I didn't like them or anything like that. That's not what I mean. It's just more so around like kind of like the things that really stood out to me, where I'm like, wow, this is fucking dope. Those are the ones that are like crazy. Naruto, I felt like there were some really, really dope moments for sure. I feel like it's one of those animes that it's kind of like a Dragon Ball. Like if you grew up in it and you were like watching that shit every week and you're building with these characters, you would have a completely different feel for that show. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you grew up with that anime. I could definitely see it being people's favorite animes of all time. Especially as a kid, seeing Naruto and his squad like leveling, like that'd be crazy to see, because you're a kid watching a kid become, you know, on his quest to become Hokage. So I feel like in that regard, I can understand why it's a lot of fan favorites for sure. But me watching it as an adult, there was just so many. Oh my god! Like the way that it tells stories, the flashbacks were just fucking brutal. Like absolutely brutal. Like, bro, 2 episodes ago, we're now watching the same exact shit play over. Like you couldn't just handle the flashback as like a quick like snapshot. Like you had to replay the entire episode as the flashback. Like, what is going on right now? So that type of shit, I didn't really dig at all. So that's just kind of where I'm at with it. So, but you know, it's super entertaining and it's still definitely in my top 10 of all time. It's just not my top 5, not at all. Surprisingly, and I know it's gonna be super controversial, I really fuck with Demon Slayer. I fuck with Demon Slayer super tough, and for whatever reason, I don't know why people don't really fuck with it like that, but I fuck with it tough, and I really like Asta and Yuno as friends. Like they're just a really cool. It's really unique. It's really unique, and it kind of reminds me of my best friends as well. Like all of us are striving. We're not striving for the same exact thing, but we push each other. You know what I'm saying? Hold each other accountable. And speaking of that, like that's where we are right now on tour, right? Like the tour that we're on right now is literally that. It's literally us as a crew going around Australia and doing what we're doing, like as a squad. Like that's pretty amazing. My dumbass didn't even put the shoe trees in here. Me trying to do 2 things at once, bad idea. Should have just put the fucking shoe tree in. It would have been so much easier to do this. So Isaiah asks, would you want Hunter x Hunter to come back or the Boruto anime to adapt the manga? That's a good question. But if you're asking me to choose based on what I just said, I want Hunter x Hunter back for sure. For sure. Like that's a non-negotiable right there, bro. That's one of my favorite animes. It's so crazy too because I know it's like it's not controversial, but I know it's people that just don't fuck with Hunter x Hunter. Like, no, like some people think that the Nen system is too complex, like it's too complicated. I don't. I actually think it's really dope, and the fact that it provides a ton of variety and there's checks and balances within it, which is awesome. So I love the system itself, but you know, everything isn't for everybody, and that's just what the reality is. Blood, you know, blood cut. But I think we're Gucci on the sneakers. I think that's the last of what we needed to clean. Let me answer a couple more questions because I got to go run to the airport and pick up Ismahawk. Yeah, because we are the ones filming the documentary for our Netflix series for A-Team. It's pretty crazy. This is the first time we're actually collabing as A-Team and Ismahawk, which is fucking amazing. I'm so excited. So Danny and Jeremy are coming. They'll land in Brisbane. It's the first time in Australia, so it's actually pretty cool. I'm very excited for them. Ashish asked me, what tech reviews are coming on the new channel? Do you have some in mind? Very good question. So, couple of things. Ideally, when the new stuff drops for like iPads like that, I'm trying to get something like that on there. I have a couple of videos already planned out for iPhone. I'm going to try to shoot some of that while I'm on the tour. because there's a video that I want to do that nobody's really done, and I'm actually excited to do it. So that's probably gonna be the first video that's on there. It probably won't land until after tour though, so it's gonna be about 3 weeks. But I will update you guys when I start that process. And let me know what type of stuff tech-wise you guys want me to cover on that channel. It doesn't matter. It could be gaming, gaming hardware. It could be Android, iOS, Windows. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Audio equipment is probably the easiest for sure. Super fun. So yeah. Jumanji asks, ever thought about reacting to the openings of anime once you finish it? I know you skipped them to avoid spoilers. It would be cool to see a reaction to the songs and see how you'd rate them. So here's the thing with the reactions. I would love to do them on Patreon primarily because of copyright. Intros of songs, like the songs themselves will copyright strike me immediately. So I just don't want to risk it. For whatever reason, I'm a huge target for copyright stuff. So I just don't want to put myself in that scenario. You know what I'm saying? So some people can get away with it and it's great, but I just had really bad luck with copyright. So, and for those that have been watching my channel for a while can be like, oh damn, I was looking for this one reaction for Naruto and it's gone. It's like, yeah, because it got pulled. So I've had a lot, and I've actually done a lot of editing to those videos to make sure that it's, transparent, flipped, audio and shit still gets pulled sometimes. So that's the nature of it. Michael said, yo, bro, do you ever thought about doing reactions to anime movies? Maybe cut them up into 4 30-minute segments. Also have different tone setter. Also to have a different tone setter in the week. Have you thought of reacting to Rick and Morty, especially since a new season will be airing soon? That is actually interesting. Rick and Morty is hilarious. I think it's amazing. I'm not opposed to it. That might be a Patreon thing though, primarily because I'm not 100% sure how Netflix is with that series online, how protective they are with that property. I would probably have to see if other reactors try it and see what their options look like on there as far as their success rate. For me, I would probably wait until I have no more copyright strikes. I still have 2. I think my last one, the final one, goes off at the end of December. Trash. So probably in January, once all my copyright strikes are cleared, I'll probably start there and see what I can play around with. But very good idea. And then as far as movies, kind of the same thing. Movie properties are very, very hard to get away with copyright. And like that is crazy. So no to the second one, and possibly to the first one. So yeah. Last one is from Joshua T. Would you ever cosplay? And if you would, who would you cosplay as? That is a very difficult question to answer, sir. I want to cosplay for sure. I don't know what to cosplay as. Do I do something that resembles my character? People would say, yo, you should do Oob. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but it seems like it's too on the nose. You know what I mean? But maybe that's the reason why I should do it. There's a lot of that. My friends that I have, like Emily Rex, she's a fucking amazing cosplayer, and some of her friends as well that I've had the privilege of meeting along my journey, and seeing their passion about it. I don't want to do it just to do it. Like, I want to be passionate about it, and doing it just to have the clout, like, oh, look what I did. You know what I'm saying? Versus like, yo, I really fuck with this character and I want to cosplay as this character. Because these people love these characters. It's not just a clout situation. Like, they fucking love these characters. So they're like, yo, I'm going to put my money and my time in building this cosplay so I can represent this character to the best of my ability at a convention. And I respect that level of care. I respect that level of dedication to the character. I think it's really cool. But that's going to wrap it up, man. That's the last question we have on Patreon and Discord, man. Thank you again to Rejuvenator for helping me and sponsoring me with this video. Again, if you guys want to check any of their content out, or not content, but their products out as far as shoe cleaning products, I'll leave a link in the description. And also 10% off for you guys as well. Geeked10 at checkout. And thank you guys so much for the questions, man. Let me know if you guys want me to do more AMAs. Obviously, this one was a super last minute because I'm going on tour. I'm like, yo, let me get this out before I go. Answer some questions. But let me know if you guys want me to do more of these things. I want to engage with you guys more as well. And again, when I'm in Ask Me Anything, ask me anything, guys. You don't have to just specifically focus around anime. It can be focused around anything. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Ask me questions in the comments down below. And let me know if you guys want me to start doing like like intro sayings. And what I mean by that is you guys leave a comment that I have to read at the beginning of a reaction or at the beginning of an episode or a video that I do here. Let me know if you guys are into something like that. Somebody had brought it up, and I was like, you know what? Let me see if my audience is interested in that. So I'm leaving that up to you guys. Let me know in the comments down below. Should I do that? Will you guys leave something for me to say at the beginning of my next video? Other than that, guys, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, have the notification bell turned on so you don't miss any future content. And if you guys want to check out my latest videos, links will be right here to the side. All right, guys, till next time, stay geeked.